The eyes of the Lord, the biblical worldview. So the ba yen kasa nima osi ewurade ani sanye Bible ehu wiase. Abusiafo yebeda mo ase na da twedi ampo Nyankopon ase. Na otwe asan akọ apro asan abegye yembio. Ye de adusua etoso enan ena de ebro. Yetwen ho abasisia. Ben so ena yen so trust ma ye die chi no so go mu wiase
se nyame ye nipa ye bone no na plan also obeba be
mo sama ye ni da so fufura ye be sorry afre awufo mu
se pamra so dia enya se ye be hwe no from worldview ye dem hihie se ye benya punishment
you abisiafo ye be san amamo akwa babio ne asade asida pese e dia ma twedi ampon Nyankopon ono na ohwe yen so ebo ye ho ban na otwe biara Oma ye ho kwan ma ye di adusua ese ene ebremu mo nso de biara mo se madaje ene ye nyesa adusua yi sa akota yi mu nyinara ye ne o esua adusua ya to ne din akristofo entete ye ne wa ye adusua makomako mensa ene ye adusua etoso enan sa wo hwe ene adusua no atifi asem na o se the eyes of the Lord, the biblical worldview eno na ene ye pese ye no che na ansa no se ne ye kan ye hye adusua ya si memenda kwanhefo ko bebre e wo Ghana omo boa yen e ka ye nsem no e de kire adasama eku ba ko a omo agidin no omo nam nwumto so ate asafo makoma kunsia e Advent Herald sa kuyi se ne madika kan no 1973 e na omo teye omo de nwumto ate asafoku kese ensia asambre omo da so gino omo nan so a omo bo Nyankopon hu dawo emoa ben ene ewa ye de beboa wo sa abosumi anase na atwemi ense etwem ye de bo hu dawo se obi biara wo moa bi o de beboa Advent Heralds no omfa emoa wo mo ene na otwi mu na ye de omhu dawo no eba na wieye na ansa na no mema openi esa aba be ka bibi kakra de ahye nkran efa Advent Heralds na fi wia ye de adusua no ebe hihye so
ye frame Frederick Essel edin na nkrofodi ni mi Advent Heralds ye Kobna Essel bijina ha mijina ma Advent Heralds for mo rehim say na twemi nsen ya ye fiase abo Advent Heralds for hu de rei ebia kwas mwati wo Advent Heralds for se minyina wanemu na minna obi bia se mo amatumi afre won mo amadi musika aboa ani mo afei na mo beboa ni nyina minna mo so wadwimpo amanya se pese mo de boa won esanse ne da itwa 20 no ye da mo se na mo se wunya nya onto boa na begu ase ofre mu bia to bi ba so na ono wakasa na mo bia pese o de boa won o de atomani Advent Heralds for edamo se nansa na meja ma menua ne akwadisua so no me fa ya so enko fam Advent Heralds for nyumba won to wia edisua no ebe esomoso edamo se na mi nhira obibia amen.
boy and focus there. Oh man is so bad maybe no pepper no sarina day. Waka chay and say oh man is so bad maybe no pepper no sarina day. Obiara bekwa kokuna kunta sanyani nyumatie. Kama nili opie onia uchemi ewie ya mrena be.
Do you better Advent Herald as say war and Yuma or a prayer? I wish you for your best sign amamo aquaba at Shonko Pine. So send a medical akano, ye share education and answer into Nantitia, ye share a Christopher entity of Pambe so and a bit me at tea and my wishing for near Safuma. Na yetimi atranse die se na Yakobon boy or pese ye adusua no miensa na na otwi mu no ye wo adusua to so enan wo hwe adusua na tifia sam na say the eyes of the Lord, the biblical worldview no aboafo sonko e wo hase ya omubeboa na afi ye de sa adusua empense mu ede abramu me de midiane Bismarck mensa na twedi ampon Yakobon adumonti what the elder Dr. Collins Alpha Eddie Ababe Cameron Ewa City Elder Demo Aquaba.
That's it.
Na fe me botra Sister Mavis Osebo Achen so na oti enfimfin and Sister Mavis Demo Aquaba. Na me botra Sister Mavis na me call Pastor Jojo Bonnie Pastor so NT echo no man Pastor Demo Aquaba. Great. Ya ne sa bi no na ye bexrem ba bia wo biara no katewani na me my Sister Mavis etu addition na job audience.
Enyankopon ne abankese da wase anopai obambo ne hweso pa ene dei asanso wani se yensua ho nsem yeso ma hon kronkron sane wo yemfimfin sina on cheche uma na ye nyina ye nti de opese de ma ye fa mobra wo wiase mu yeso se aso bi a etie wo nsemi eni bi a ehwe dwumade nyina no ma hon kronkron kasa nkyere no nyenya ye de enum nyina so kan ye ho na siesie na ye nka de wonyame opese wo mate na sadusua nyina kwa wi ya e de asede ni kabea ma yenim se obehira ye betira ye tiefo na obehira obi biara wo tie wo Yesu din mu nti amen.
Amen.
Meda wase na so mesa mo akwaba strong kwanso so wo hwe ye dusua ya yesua the whole of this quarter ya ye share education as a Christopher entity for last week ye share dusua etoso miensa so hwe say dusua na o say the law as a teacher say emran say o church for ye hu emran so juma 80 rule ana se dwumadi a emra no nso edi se ye tete ye ma onyankopon emra no dwumadi a edi abra ye tete ye ma sene de kudinti e wo se ye ma onyankopon mra no ye fapem abra ye tete ye ma ewo Kristo mo. That was last week. Ye hwe dia tifo se wantimi anhwe sa adisiana na se wonya hompo e bia so go Facebook and as a YouTuber now go London Ghana SDA Church and as a Tree Bible Sabbath School one set lessons no one more which me akoba na fi what me attend those lessons no a very powerful lesson last week you know. This week also yeah to us or said the eyes of the Lord, the biblical word we anka bosom no ye be hu anka bosom no Proverbs chapter 15 verse 3 me kan bro na mavis what they call ye Tree Kasamo e de amaye or say the eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. Amen.
Amen. Mebu semti du num chichemu miensa. Erade ani wo man nyina ehwe abonefo ene papafo. Amen.
Amen. So wo hwe yen adusua ya na ye pese yesua ya. Em se wo ne me be ya adwen se ewiase a yeti obia wo na adwenkyere efa wiase asene ne bobia esitie. Emre bi atwamu na yese asase a yetisu tetrete afi so edrumre bi adusuafo akuninifo bi so eba abonten ebeka se yasase a yetisu kurukruwa enne ebinum so kasa asase kurampo egina faako entimi yihim no ho ye wadwenkyere bi so ewo se asase no so etwa ho abribia enti o start wa hase a okọ round abesa ba pimba bia wo adwenchiaye ne adwen bebre na wiase ewo fa asase ya yetini nipa yetimi na sen na yenso yehunu anase okwan ben so na yenso trosema yedi achi no no so ehu wiase ye nipa de yehunu no ne kase nipa aniwa no na trosema so na niwa efa wiase no etesei ye wa adwenchire bebre ene wo wiase na otwi mu ye pese de saa na otwi biebie mu ne hwe de trosem so ehu wiase sen na ohu wiase na ba saa keke obi ne bo wiase no oye ne den ye krompo ye den ne ba ene sansensem no ena ne na otwi mu ye pese ye hwe mabofu yi ebe bo na fi ya dusu society shin se wo atwe nkyire bi wo nsusue bi wo question bi numbers bi egu asese bi na wo hwe wo 3abn with me afasa number no na watcho asibisa na so be fresh number no bi beje so na fi mo aye bia ohia no nsa beka so wo hwe Hope TV Ghana so number no nsu ase with me afa na fi wo de wasibisa bisa bia pese o kan bia no ya so beti na fi nkita ho bia no ye ne wo adi but for now no de medane afidie na de ama maboafo na fi o maboa na fi sadusua yetimi e de ehun pensem mu e de aba Pastor Jodu, mesha ase ewo so.
Yo.
Tene medikan aka no. Ewiase mu hase no ye wo adwenkyere bebre. Ebinom etre se nipa kronko computer bi na je ye ba wiase some time ago. Na ye wo atheist anaso omo nyi onyankopon ni no nso etre se ewiase no ewo ha na baaye. Ewo anema bi na tekambo mu na no akasa ebaaye nyankopon bia ni baabia anyame bia ni baabia okronkron ni bia ni baabia ewiase na no a ewo ene baaye ansa na trosem so ekire yense dabi okronkron ni bi ti esoro ono ne bo esoro ene asase sa adwene ya asese ewo wiase emudi hene eto aso
yo Bismarck that's etifo se wo hwe ya disuan ya said the Bismarck introducing him very well or say ye wo wiase ana worldview pese me cheche bibo ye ka worldview na ye ekwan bi a I say brofocus me interpret ana say kwan a wobetimi a church na afi wobetimi ate asem na ana world na ana wiase na yetim no around us no world view no sa na esa wutimi interpret no na yesan wo our world view so affect ekwan a ye den yetimi ye treat ye ho me related to mini abe na me dog etimi nchen na afin so no ewo effect nso wo ekwan a ye den ye de hwe ne ma enti utimi tisa world view no ekwan a ye den yetimi ete wiase a yetimu say na wote ase direction bɛn na wotimi ɛte ase anaasɛ sɛn na wobɛtimi ne wo nuanom na wo no sɛn na wobɛtriti wɔ ɛne yɛ san wɔ biblical worldview no ɛno nso ɛyɛ based on nyame God's existence nti sɛ wotimi ɛtimi draw big contrast between wiase sɛdeɛ ɛtim no sɛneɛ ɛhu no sɛneɛ ɛte aseɛ na afei yɛ san te sɛneɛ biblical worldview no a ɛyɛ based on nyame yɛ den God's existence ɛna afei nso sɛ yɛtimi te aseɛ sɛ nyame na ɔbɔ wiase sɛ na biblical worldview no so boa ma yɛmu sɛ nyame yɛ personal God who interacts with his creation nti saa point mmienu yi yɛate aseɛ no deɛ Kwasi Adade sua no ɛyɛ de bow to God's existence wɔn ɛno ti na wokan memory verse anaasɛ text na ɔka sɛ Psalm 53 verse 1 or say it's only the fool who said in his heart there is no God.
Okay.
Well, and there are two main types, said the Ochichem, a theistic worldview and a theistic worldview. They say the theology, atheistic, atheist or no na dream chere and the choir or no who we are say because said the Ochim atheist no nyame say nyame bi na ebo we are say and you theistic na has to be God anytime with you God relating to God nyame choir nyame so far so den ebo we are say a theistic view no na dream nyai say we are say etim any bibia yehu no and one say I exist a p power. As we can say, there was what? A vacuum, and then there was a big, and one see who say a big boom, and a existe. A Ibakunswa, a theistic view, no say, Omo dream be say, Nyamibia ni bibia, and a supernatural entities. Said your computer, bibi na a ma BBP, ye na yehu bibi, it is a computer being a web developer na, and no me a function. Omo Ibakun say, Omusi a Nkwana life. Life has no purpose or meaning. It's only substance. Bon, no mood. Na me theistic view no so. Theistic view no so. Yes, jinya median. Yen say the universe. Any day was created by God. And when in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And Bakun say, Nyame existed. Apart from saying Nyame existed, God also cares or dobima in the creation. He is the creator, and we are what? His creatures. Another point is say, Nyame or boy for a purpose to live with our God forever. Nyame ma mame kwan kakra na fe mame nsa nkyere bibi mu se Bible na se wo kan ayi ba ko ma ye nyina eti ase Bible ni timi kire se Nyame no God is a personal God who loves and interacts or Nyame a odo and afi nso no o kwan bi otimi ni maye den and interacting in creation metimi ato a little example through this one Nyame bo we say Adam, the Bible say he came in the garden the coolness of the day and when he had a relationship no kwan bi otimi ni Adam edi nkomo on any creatures no eden oba coolness of the day no be say Adam na kura dey na aye there was that a year otimi pick free the Genesis account of chapter 1. But the yesua eneno Nyame na yesom no also he is omnipotent. He is omnipotent, say tumi, omniscient, or babia, and omnipresence. Yitimi hunu, ye omnipresence can be felt everywhere. Enti sa idea ya obinfo bi etro ye or Sunday lesson no no try say all church will be mu say it looks like 2005 years ago and near maybe or why no an buy na ebeze stay. Yes, omutimi kan di omope omutimi yusu and near maybe omuhu say computer omutimi develop nyame omadwen omutimi no de ade ni nyina ye hu but de yete ase ne say atoms and molecules and the omo kan nyina there is a God, there is a master designer. Or boss ade ni nyina until say wo Christo din anase wo nipa no ubenya sa gidie gidie we no na separate bibia gidie bi onyame mu sa nyame nyina da bia abeka se nyame ni ho.
Okay, great. Me da say pastor what church maybe also before mesa ever what church in pastor church mu ya say na make no in terms of logic no say na hu no the draw some hu wiase ene wiase ene say ne your friend is saying Bible who we as maybe doctor now betting me attempt to cause a mudia hina a twasum. I didn't any consider we are saying any.
Say a church anymore. Young 5 feet say Ephesians 6:12 no. Send a Bible who we are saying. Ephesians 6:12 no ma who say or say any honam ni moja na enya. The name penny near to me dear a honhomoni a wasro. Na fe yesan hwa or sign eba Romans Mark 13:7 a hoso ma ye hu se yete okoni akosemo a ma ye nsuro fi se etwa se eba na no nche se wiase so aba na wiye enti se ye hwe in the picture se de Bible e ma ye hu wiase na e wiase nye bibi e da ho tresa ahonhomoni wo ma che se evil doings e wo ho. And at the same time, so no, akoni akosem wo ho. Nti se ofa ne tra on that section kwan there, na che say e chaotic. But in through that ni nyina mu no, onyankopon sa ma yehu e wo Romans 5:8 ho no say, wona odo onyankopon no, ade nyina edibua won na ewie won yie. See, there is hope in the midst of all those chaotic niema ekosu we are seeing na. And I feel so no osama ye hu se we nyina chi the hope onyankopon wo ho oka ye hu oba ye ya de bonyefo krampo no o se oba be wu ye dey e ma ye nti onja ye sasa ye nam mu keke bisa na nu ni nyina chi no so no no ama ye hu wo Proverbs 9:5 bi mu se ewufo te bia just in the midst of we nyina na onyankopon ye wo ni da so onimu a oba abeje ye no ewo wo ho yentimi deny say ewo wo honum o say atiasefo de onim so obewu awufo de onim hwito sama yehu say ewiase mu ne ekoso nyina mu no owuo san bata ho na owuo na chi no atemu nso so wo ho eno nso na ho so ka no free edisem ti aduo no chichemu enum ne nsia no ho ema yehu say enkrofo bi de obenya owusoria edikan ne yedai emu chefa na chese owuo na ye feel say ewiase ye sakasakasa na owu aba betwa to no at the end of the day no say ye wumpa there is something else at the end of the death no aye onyankopon besan nya ne yen na emom no na wonya owusoria edikan ne mu no wono pe na obekọ oseye mu eno chese say ye ma onyankopon kwan na se wiase ahomoni mu edien mu obeje afiri mu fi se tumi bia nche onyankopon tumi na oje ye afiri mu na mpo asase mu wuo kra ye kanhwa another greater hope aye be so ye afiri wuo mu akodi da ensada no eno nso so wo hode maye
so menfa kakranka ho a ubisa question about say so here two views now from even from a logical point. Once worldview no is based on sanye as individuals yehuniema. Na nipa by virtue of say yehima no, there are limitations in your view because let's make it very practical. Yeti say what is rare to us any day hu ewo yenim ha. Say obika say yen define our reality now the yehu a me meka exactly the mi hu based on sanya mi hu ewe animu ha once obeka wo de because I will share this direction no once obeka based on the hu ha enti e be wie no say compare no sir yenyina we will be very honest with ourselves and define exactly our view but because of our perspective there are limitations because our view no our confines limits and every time be our world view no there is inherent limitations because as humans no we can only view through a perspective but when you come to the biblical view now Bible say we serve a God. And this God, his throne is seated above the earth. And on a dear call a memory test, no. So because his throne is seated above the earth, no. Whilst my view will only be what I see, but the woman no. Our God, because of where his throne is seated, he's able to see from all angles. And when God gives his view, it's more holistic and more comprehensive because his eyes is able to see from all angles.
Great.
With a quick one, they can't do a dog kind. Dog, they very interesting to say the worldview. Any you can say religious view and as a godly view no ni nyina echi no memory verse ne say the eyes of the Lord watches over both good and evil. That and nko ama akenya bi eba won say de ekosu nyina no nyame da so yede odonima.
Great. Agili for your share ewiase aniwa se ne ewiase ehu wiase yetebia eni se ne chose ehu yetebia na kwasem se ya share afanu ehu se ne Bible ehu wiase nyankopon ne bo osoro ne asase eni ehu niema nyina ene ebe obinu nso omunyi ni se nyankopon bia obabia on se ewiase ewo kwa ene bae ene sa adwenchire mienu de eni ne toaso mobile phone na okita no so obi ka tro se ewo kwa ne bae abegedi na obi nso be ka tse da bi obi ti US on enwene ye eno ye dise no ye dise ene ma otimi ye dise a de hena nka obi diedi saa ne wi asiti ehwe ense ne wi ase aye organize enso to na wi abo na yachi na adwan we say ekire we say obi wo ba bi a organize saa de no ntimi mas kwase ade ne e wo ha na ebae ene da be na no so e be ko end and some people in the world ewiase se ne ewiase ehunu but me ba elder Collins so obinfo bi tro bibi German binfo bi tro asem bi lesbianes or say why is there something instead of nothing adentina bibi ho anka ni kwan se bibi e wo ho sa asem we say no ye be yi ano say
many of us mark me that say Gottfried Leibniz ne famous statement or can say why there is something instead of nothing. Very popular and most philosophers I believe we say the foundation of every philosophical concept and even bibia say even Bible mumpokrana Bible suano me say that is the foundation, that's the fundamental question that everybody needs to understand. Mama a little bit of exposition about Leibniz. Leibniz not a mathematician, he's not a German. He was he believed in logic, rationality. Now or can be or say bibia uhono, anything that you can see say is something that exists no. By virtue say you can see say it exists no, then it has earned the right say there was a reason behind its existence. Dear not Leibniz can say adia bi say if there is nothing Emma wa dream crown wo be bisa say adintin e and he was making the argument say there are some people or more way say or more expounded the theory against the existence of the earth and also God being the one who created it. Now Leibniz can say, let's assume said your more can no cre. If they are saying said there is nothing, then it means that all nearby ye who eta ye team no enya no cre. So just rena who Klaus enya no cre. Unia who no sort tune chain enya no cre. There was nothing. And if there was nothing, then nothing will come in our mind that you be question. There will not even be human beings won't be beside those questions. But the first say I can see my sister, I can see pastor, I can see you. The first said me too many me who the clouds any creation. The first said me who all these natural phenomena no. Actually say there must be a reason behind Sanima Winina. Now Leibniz can say onone diogiri say the reason behind they say there was a God who planned in the mind say obe created Niyama and God ultimately created it. And it's also Leibniz lived around the 17th century. Around that time, no not philosophical thinking, most of them a back biblical way, say the first said there is a world, there must be a reason behind, and the reason is God. But unfortunately, from that time, philosophy has tended to be more secular and secular and secular. With the introduction of Darwinism, introduction of speciesism, a lot of secular theories are more fighting against the original notion said the world was created by God. But Bible say most often say offer book be now kind so person or book na say most often say kind ekobia middle kakran san what you say. But God knew say this is a fundamental question. Everybody must answer it and find a way to understand your life, to define your life into. So offer Bible you just need to open to the first book of the Bible, which is Genesis. You just need to go to the first chapter, and you just need to go to the first verse, and then this philosophical question is answered. Genesis 1 verse 1 say, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. So okay, John 1 verse 1 to 4. Bible di adanse ye say infitiasia no na asem no wo ho na asem no ebeye onyankopon na asem no na onam no so bo bibia ti Genesis mra Genesis 1 and 2 na onyankopon efre things into being wodi asem no fre niema o kan na aba no John ekyeresa sa asem no which is Jesus Christ no existed na niema ye hu nyina no Jesus na boye so ko Exodus 28 to 11 na Bible share say yen kai homeda no if we say in 6 literal days ena onyankopon somebody the something that exists Leibniz ekano so also share Job Job 12 verse 7 to 10 emra Job ekwa amani humu a or started say oni Jesus bedin komono you say some questions be broke say Job what they just look at nature. Just look at the design and organization in nature. There have to be somebody behind these designs, and it's obvious. Say the force behind this design. Eyo nyankopon. Adofo the empesa me chire nyina na say bibia no say philosophy na wusuo say Bible mumpo a. The fundamental question is say you have to unearth the question about origin, about baby a free. Yatia says here, many are Bismarck. Fan says Obika say wo ha ko be a Wembley. Na opesonya direction to Wembley. Before ube team any direction it will work no. The first thing is say you must understand your reality baby out now no. So when to man who the bearing say baby I'm meeting now no a place to I'm around Newham where not went to man ya landmarks now ebia Wembley what they say but when you start and over far they say until before you can understand any subject, any philosophical subject, any Bible doctrinal issue biano, the first questioner you have to unearth the question about origin, the question about where did you come from, why are you here, where are you going. But thank God say you just need to refer to the Bible and the Bible provide the answer. Medi you know, when you be a friend Carl Lewis or Trong woman be Alice in Wonderland. No niane can be say if you don't know where you are going, then any road will get you there. Adofonom, the Bible is very clear about where we came from. Worldview and so kase obia sene wo pese how huno no interpreting sa into Darwinism the ne diaba speciesism the ne diaba but you just have to open to the Bible, the first book of the Bible, the first chapter, the first verse, and it's very clear say in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth.
Great. The first line and the first sentence, the first phrase, great before Obekono. I didn't know if he said 6-day creation. We say now come once no. And when say a Christopher wanted to see him, ya did it say Yama and Yasafuma.
Yeah, many does say. One said the opposite of the creation account of the origin of man. Any other theories about say evolution. Now, so we see evolution, the theory of natural selection, the criteria, and also I expand the Biblia. Me a lot of theories Biblia. The more I expand on not drive people away from God. Bible is very clear. Say onyankopon ebo we are say in 6 literal days. To go outside of that interpretation, now we'll call any other form of worldview, contrary to the Bible. Now we'll say there's one fundamental thing so a Bible can say Bible is obo nipa in God's image. But all the other worldviews, no, so Darwinism, speciesism, no, say you free in one kitibim ye nyini baye. the wealth will place it on yourself, your identity, why you are on it. But I onyankopon dia mauno, ni nyina is central around you accept and say, God created everything in 6 literal days, and 6 literal days included you. Now, so we just have believe ni free ho. Now, kofa any world viewer, then it no be shape how the way you look at things, the way I over interpret different. Pastor Chiroka say world view no ne shape how over interpret neema. So one tears say onyankopon ball in the own image with that wealth and that purpose, then how our ball life no or life may be different because in the correct interpretation which is found in the Bible.
Great, now, babies, my main browser, and I can be that must say, much as I did for you. That's okay. If you see anyone, send if you see we are see TBA, and it's a trust them to if we are say, and ye church, maybe you share, sir, a friendly elder swab, a BB, and you may be more actually, and you so actually, but maybe say. So what a biblical worldview and I say trust him and you are sending a radi and as a trust him we are see no person being in the war trust him more a boy my TBA you won't be pa ase.
Him say kakra meka say said the edi kan ba ba ni animu no no say e wi ase ayi wo mu no said the troni hu no spiritually ahohomone namfa fi say ye ne bonsam ne wa asase so ni nyina wo ho ana afen so no in that sense no physically so no owu so da ho eye clear in the Bible na ehotoso ewo mu a wo bisa no ne say ye da so mpo ye adebon ye fo no o si Yesu Kristo ba be wu ma ye na obewu ma ye no wanya ye kwa enam boni nti said there from the creation account no boni nti owu be da ho ma ye no owu no eye inevitable owuo ne wo honum owuo ne beba nanso so owuo na chi no onyankopon sama ye nidaso fofra ye besori afre awufo mu ne na kwakodi da ensada the only time ebema ye ntimi ene onyankopon entu sa na mo no eye bra ye bedi obonsamachi na ye nya owusori a edi kan ne mu chefa enu nti no onyankopon ama ye hu se de wiase tie bia no no matter said the we see you no said the tro no nyina eka efa fears ahodro a nipa de aba the tro no account ni nyina mu no eni da so ewo Yesu Kristo mu emaye fi se ye mpo ye da so ye adebon ye fo no obaye esa be wuye se be ya ibenya nkwa.
Great, medasipa. Pastor Jojo, mami say Mr. Hawking kind 1 John chapter 1 verse 1. Now we read now Hawking kind 14. I'll say in the beginning the word already existed. The word was with God, and the word was God. And from the very beginning, the word was with God. Through him, God made all things. Not one thing in all creation was made without him. So, King 14, I'll say, and as I said, the word became a human being and full of grace and truth, lived among us. We saw his glory, the glory which he received as the Father's only Son. In sa quotation we say a very popular part. Sa quotation we are kind of John chapter 1 verse 1 edebay. Tray for Jesus Christ.
You said the Bismarck kind. What kind? The word or can say the may repeat it or say if it is here no. See in the beginning was the word and the word was God. In and this word that Bible now John can was is the word is God. Let us in Yameno Olenke sa John 1:1-4 because of course can I say can you repeat here very easy. See the beginning was the word was with God and the word was God. It was in the same beginning with God. All things were made through him. Without him was not anything made that was made. In him was light, and the light was what was darkness of men, and darkness could not comprehend. Until before beginning now, dog can was in Genesis now. You say in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, and the Bible no be yet as you say the word no nyame. Nti before the beginning said the worldview no God has already resisted before the beginning. It is a defeat is our worldview of the atheistic mindset.
That's right.
Because lesson no baby you do more or my say redemption. Redemption. Nti answer na boni ebeba ewiase no. God already had the redemption plan in place. The redemption plan wasn't an afterthought. So what you say? It in Yami pese na John said the issue lesson or pese just say yeti as lesson we in the beginning no bibiansa ne bibia beba no God was already in existence. Into defeat is atheistic man again say it is think as a bibia there was a big bang and I say me we as na philosophers said the dog echichimuno. You can have all this philosophy. Now, philosophy is in crowd more can link to near materialistic and near my we see. We behold and I yabo and I create. But behind this, no, said the there is a master designer.
That's right.
There is a master creator. All and say answer and near mana atheistic and a worldview amount for and philosophies hold on to Nina no. Nenya me be a day or hodata. Wabo ewiase enti nyame nipa be bone no na nyame no eso no amane ne ba awonu na the fullness of time no God sent forth his son Galatians 4:4 and I will link enti nyame already had a plan say nyame ye nipa e bone no na plan also obeba be obigu na wabeje ye nkwa enti sa redemption plan no again so will link also to creation before the beginning so we need your friends GD wo GD bi say nyame bi ne bubu wiase na nipa e bone no osan ma ono abe obewu beje ye nkwa na te say wo so GD no e den wo link to and I will stand on more of the world view than the biblical view.
Great. Now just what share nyankopon apart from the fact say obo wiase no osan ye nkwa ye hyehyɛ e de to ho.
Thank you.
As there was a plan. This is a na me use mobile phone analysis. Almost our plan our phone is say faso.
Thank you.
Actually, there might be somebody behind it. It can't just be a bank and a buyer. It's just analysis now. Sana we as a brand because Obi must be behind something. Into criteria no I am manual. Or young man no I want to say we say may this year as a fabric. Na say this Nyankopon bo ni wiase no. Osa ye nkwaje nto plan. Eto home and say nipa koboni mu a okwan amefa so agye omo nso eni which makes more sense than you was say we as na e ho na e ba wo ko chirase it doesn't because now that I share documentary Big Bang documentary and the person that's professor was trying to explain nothing or person defining nothing then he talks about emptiness then maybe said then what is emptiness then he talks about wholeness. I'm saying, then what is wholeness? Then he talks about vacuum. I'm saying, then what is vacuum? Because the moment you begin to define nothing, you see something.
Yeah.
So there must always be something before nothing.
Yeah.
It is only God who can define nothing.
Yeah.
Because just when they say out of nothing, He created.
Yes.
So He spoke the world into existence.
Amen.
So that's it.
Yeah.
And some ideas, you even from our own human logics,
Emfa.
Yeah.
Great.
Bismarck, back to you. Me person me can be. One say the way I will explain it na the pa. Na one say obi a o say you can manufacture BR no. Onu no kura dey master plan.
That's right.
Because I said you use mobile phone because the mobile phone I want manufacture no. So ade ni break it down. Onu pe no nim say ade we me ana me here dey. Me ana me manufacture. Inti me na me nim the aya ama ade no bibi aba fault and say bibi aba ho. Inti wo dey call the original manufacturer no. Onu ohwe ade na no. Obe replace na and now obe then obe fix where the problem. Sa na nyame na here dey no. Yes, boy no. Why BBR one to a we are say and I said Boneba when discarded creation. One to BBM he had a redeeming plan. And it is our redemption. I said your kind obey moon obey then obey fixie BBR. What a God we serve. Amen.
Amen.
And tell us for near the same way a tray and pa and say yen tray a ma yen shas and tray a ma Yakupon being a war yase. Because some call addition be an I trom near my for shall facade be waited over. Nakupon the Nansia and the Warriors, and Nanson on me and signature. I deal the share on some a meta, enti na edu meda e wo se ye nyina ye kosom no ye mfa nhyɛ ase enu pe ene kyerɛ se onyame ne bo osoro ne asase na ya ma ye mana nkudi ewiase se ne ewiase mu eniema achi afa ye to aso na afa ye hwɛ ne mfa ye bisua no emra na wie ye mema mavis wakan bibi ewo Deuteronomy chapter Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5. Na fi yasa hwe bibi nso Mark 12:29 to 31. But first of all, Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5.
Omainte Awurade asem. Na fa wakoma nyinaa ne wo kra nyinaa ene wa hoɔden nyinaa dɔ Awurade Onyankopɔn. Amen.
Amen. Great. Now shall I share Mark chapter 12 verse 29 to 31.
Na Yesu boa ne sɛ deɛ edi mmaransɛm no nyinaa kan ne Israel tie Awurade yɛ Nyankopɔn yɛ Awurade koro na dɔ Awurade Onyankopɔn fi wakoma nyinaa mu ene wo kra nyinaa mu ene wadwene nyinaa mu ene wa hoɔden nyinaa mu na deɛ ɛtɔ mmienu ni dɔ wo yɔnko sɛ wo ho mmaransɛm biara ni hɔ a ɛkyɛn yɛnum. Amen.
Amen.
Great. Now finally, no share Revelation chapter 14 verse 12. Amen.
Mointe Awurade asɛm ɛha na ahoteefoɔ bo asetɔ wɔ wɔn a wokura Nyankopɔn ahyɛdeɛ ɛne Yesu gyidie mu no. Amen.
Amen.
Enti doc say I can say me say ya ka nyina lay emphasis on Nyankopɔn ne mmara say ne wa chichichi mu ade amaye no. Enti en show sign na ibeti atretre sansem yase and most especially so no okwan be ne be fa so ne ama Onyankopɔn mmara no aye central ewo a Christopher entity.
Yeah. Many abes mark me da say Sani okay no yesua education. But education yesua no is based on Christian education. Seventh-day Adventist Christian education. And the question is say we are looking at views, worldview and biblical view. Say about law, DNS in our Seventh-day Adventist Christian education. Okay, mummy this analysis kakra. Last week na media news. Near can say ye lobby ewo hɔ a ye say wo drive now use mobile phone e de ye call and I say wo de test ya say ye we see team punish. But law no restricted to using your mobile phone to make calls and tests. Until pen be say please for chairman for no microphone please ne bisana or say oh na me drive na me twa selfie. But I know please into Munyan BBA because the law say don't use your mobile phone to make a call or make a test message. Last week you said about the law, you said law is meant to protect us. But so law from the perspective of the world viewer. Law na de buy say men use mobile phone and your call and test no. It was meant to protect people. But a man for finding a loophole around it. Until law no became ineffective because they were analyzing it from a world view. Social law from a world viewer, you look at it purely from the point of legality. It's only and yet only when a ubumra. So there's nothing wrong with it. And abakwasem say maybe France before more there was argument about whether yemfa we say death penalty emra. And by then there was a philosopher, be a friend of Michael Falker or Mukohuno say Falker tro yi maye ne yemfa mra people mutu we say defense say nyegu say yebekum nipa. But Michael Falker analyzing, he started analyzing it from or no worldview. Now, Obisa say, "What the asana beka me say, any moral to kill people But I mean, me analyze here. Not only do I find out say there are a lot of moral issues about the capital punishment, but I also find a lot of issues about all the laws. And now, no, I'm expanding it even to include say as a law wrong. The ambassador say every time be a law from the worldview no is based on legality. And purely on so one tomra. So it makes the law ineffective. But so law from a biblical worldview, dear Onyankopon and Namno Sunitrimu Ponti or the law no mayeno, odo. Or the law no my say a burden, a bit protected. Into the motivation a ma ye did Onyankopon law so no. And yes, say, yes, say ye intimate niswa, ye benya punishment, but it's because we what ye do Onyankopon. And it's all here 10 commandments now. 10 commandments no is more interested about telling us what to do and what not to do, and less on the punishment, because the emphasis say the odo and the 10 commandments and so it is about Christian education. Then it means law no a bit more protective, law no bit more effective. Then we need to look at the law from the biblical worldview. And as Seventh-day Adventists, yentiti mono, ye can law na, ye can about the spirit of the law. The law no send you Onyankopon epe se ye di mrano so, not simply based on legality, because from a legal point no there are ways ubet ma get it around. Na enunti Anna, yenu opinion Solomon, ekaye, ewo Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. Say, trust in the Lord in all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Say, bam rasudia, and yes, say, ye behano from worldview. Ye yam shishia si ye benya punishment. We should look at it purely from the biblical view. Because of the morality, because so Nyankopon aka odono na e share am ye dimra no so.
Amen.
Amen. Say ye no I pray e was say ye dey ye hia e dey tire ase. Abusiafo ye beda ho nyina ase mimi say adusia we aye adusia bi e beboa ye pa ye because na wi ase hu aniema na nyasa na trosem bi hu aniema. Ya ye a Christopher no ye sha se emfasa antete we entete asafo ma ye emfa antete ye ma se ne be yo munyi a omumpa emfiri Onyankopon se ne ohun wiase nkodi wiase edie no achi na daachi no ye nyina ye timi anya nkwaje ede ama ye nkra Onyankopon hira mo se de biara mo de mo afidie ede to ase dasande ede adisua toso enum no ede bebre mo me nkate ne na pastor hira so mai
Erade dawase ye yiwa e kamfo se wa boy ama ye de adisuen aba awiye ene day erade wa ma ye hu se ye wo worldview and ye wo biblical view. But they say ensua bibia akra de ye ko ne se wo de no ene ye papa isanze nipa entimi enhihye bia ebebro wo de so enti don hwiri ye da wase ayiwayo se mre nyina no de ekoso wiase ma yen eni wiase ni nipa nyina enhu se ona boso ne asase ona woje nkwa ona wo ma yihu de yihu ye yetimi som. You are the God of creation. Enti erade ye da wase se wo san ye the redeeming God who came to die to save us from our sins. Erade ye koi ma yen koso enye wasemuni yentina wo mu ni enso wasemu ni propagate the gospel, the everlasting gospel to all the world. That was so near the year we used to do. Amen.
Amen.